Hi everyone. I think I look a bit tired today because I've been actually having a bit of a ruminative and depressive episode today. Um, just pardon me if I look very tired and everything. And then sometimes I may not actually be speaking in the best of my condition. Yeah, I was supposed to go to the gym today, but because yesterday I had a very bad, not really bad, but just a had stomach ache, and then it's funny because I went to a Korean restaurant, family restaurant to buy food, and it's supposed to be good. I mean, I'm finally eating something that is normal, and that is good. And even my mom asked me, "Oh, is this Korean food? Is it done by made by Koreans?" I said yes, and she said, "Oh yeah, no wonder it's also nicely packed and everything." But I was eating in the midst of my stomach, and even after having eaten it, I didn't feel any better. I had to take medication. I went to sleep. I slept from 11:30 p.m. all the way till 9:15, and then after that, after waking up, I had a really terrible. I mean, I don't know if it was terrible or not, but it's just that the whole thing. I was taking a long time to finish my breakfast. I took like after waking up 9 something, and I had it around 10. I was in between doing stuff like checking emails, everything. I finished everything at 2 something. Can't believe it. I took 4.5 hours to have my breakfast. Four and a half freaking hours. So, I mean, the whole thing is this. I kind of realized this that with myself that I'm going through a bit of a depressive episode and ruminative. Maybe not ruminative, but depressive episode. I'm very, very stressed. And it kind of dawned on me that I was actually, yeah, I've been feeling pretty unwell. I mean, of course, I've been going to the gym. My appetite is coming back after being sick for about 1 week, but uh, my my body's not in good state because it's strange thing. It's not physical. It's psychosomatic because I'm under a lot of stress. I know that people will be saying like looking at all the different conditions, the different like things like whether I'm sleeping enough, whether I'm working, um, how much I'm making. Like I'm making about 2,000, 3,000 something. If you calculate how much I make altogether, uh, I'm working almost every day, maybe except for occasionally Mondays or Fridays, and I mean it shouldn't be a bad thing with the fact that money is coming in, but yeah, I'm still so stressed and it's strange because that years ago, 2016, I was at the lowest point. It was the kind of point when you totally switch, when you go through the lowest of your low, all the money you have has been decimated to the point that it's not just a few hundreds, it's less than 100, less than 50, it's like maybe $30 or $20 and less. That's when you feel, oh, I I was living in the moment. I was just literally living in the kind of moment of I don't even call it wallowing in despair. It was a feeling that, I mean, am I punished for something that I didn't do, or punished for everything, even the things that I did. Uh, and now I'm thinking this way too. It's so strange. I mean, you can tell that I'm just normally. I don't normally have this, but it just happens when I'm very stressed, and my I don't know why. It's weird. It's just weird. All these are stress. Yeah. So, and today I just told my friend who's a counselor. That the whole thing is this. I felt that I was. I mean, I could have just gone through life in emotions. Like the whole thing, living right in the moment. I mean, this is what we're always told to do. Live life in the moment. Don't think so much about the future. But I'm because I'm actually planning to go back and study again. I have a lot of anxiety about it. It's not the anxiety about going back to study. It's the anxiety about getting the money to pay for it, and I don't have enough. I'll be telling you that I really don't have enough money to pay for my fees. But it's always been something I wanted to do. And can you imagine that when you see the tuition fees, it's like $70,000 to $80,000 per year, and then you realize, wait, I don't have that money. I mean, it's really a feat. People told me, that if we had almost zero or near to zero, like maybe just slightly more than $10 or $20, but from then on 2016, okay, now to a five-figure sum in your savings is already a big feat. The fact that you can take 7 to 8 years to do that, but it's still not good. I mean, I know I'm always putting those kind of expectations myself. So yeah, so I mean, I'm just thinking about this, and my friend said, "Is it really want to do?" But then, at least try to do something, get a new job or something. One friend told me that, even you don't get it, do some extra stuff, to get some money, and go and sleep. But she told me, everyone of them say the same thing: go and sleep for now. Don't go and think too much, because if you think too much, you're going to add to your pain, add to your stress. Yeah, and it dawned on me, I've been sick and unwell ever since I came back from Georgia. It wasn't the kind of thing that I should be going through. People are very happy after a holiday, but I was sick, and on top of that, after recovering, I was also unwell. Yeah, I had a stomachache just yesterday, and the strange thing is, the stomachache, I don't think it's even physical. I think it's actually psychosomatic, because I was drinking I drank cold water, and then the moment I drank the cold water, I started having a little bit of the stomach. I thought it was just like something, or maybe I had a lot of gas or whatever, but that's partially that, like gas and everything that's causing a stomachache. But I'm very tired. I don't know why. I need a lot of help in this, but I kind of realized this. The thing is, when I was watching, this is kind of moment when you go back to watching videos and because you need help. You don't have a counselor or whatever to talk to immediately, or even a psychotherapist. Because I'm meeting my the psychologist next week, and I'm going to talk to her about all this. She wanted to know what she heard from me, that I was very sick, and I told her I'm not ever going back to Europe again, based on what I know. At least not even for holiday. Based on the experiences that I had in Georgia, including the scamming experience, and getting sick and everything. But I was just really, really sick, and it wasn't like this. I mean, I was very happy when I was holidaying in Iceland, but how it happened this way in Georgia and Armenia wasn't a very good one. So no more Georgia and Armenia, or no more Europe anyway. So it was a good few days at the beginning, but after that, everything just went downhill and became a bit stressful. And it wasn't like that in Iceland or Denmark. It was strange. Back in 2019, 2020, it's like I don't know what's happening, but I don't want to sound like I'm whining, but based on what I went, the videos I went through and everything. One of them, I just want to give a little bit of shout out to him, JT, because he was saying, it kind of resonated with me, because he used to say that he used to be he's a very good looking guy. Okay, he was like I don't know how old he is right now. He's maybe in 30s or whatever, maybe 40s. I'm not sure. I'm probably way older than him, but he said that when he was younger, he wanted to be an actor. So he went to Hollywood and LA his parents didn't think that he would make it. So and on top of that, he said that he got into that whole thing about the acting course, but he withdrew at the end, the last minute or whatever. And he was talking about the experiences and like things like psychic hoovering, telepathic communication between him and or connection between him and his ex narcissist, the girl who was like supposedly a witch. But he said something once in that video, and he said that because he's also withdrawing from gluten. Unlike me, I'm still eating bread and things like that, and noodles, because I can't. My fear of choking and eating has caused me to really develop a kind of like a fear of eating things like meat and everything. And I take a long time to finish meat and protein, which is not very good. Although I don't used to have that, but I think I just need to really go and see a doctor about it, and a psychologist at least. And he said this one thing: all this shall pass. I don't know how long my situation will be resolved, but I want to just tell those people who are like going through something that's a really like a patch like me. Don't end up like me, and then don't end up like questioning everything and asking and thinking. Sometimes a lot of the things that we think we are going through, it might seem bad, okay, I know it sounds a bit bad from the way I'm actually positioning it and everything, but it's not really that bad to the extent that I can't even spend money. Like I can still spend my groceries. Yesterday I spent $15 on a pack, a doshirak pack of Korean food. I mean, it's not so bad. I mean, I can at least still eat my favorite foods and everything. And if within the next few months, if I save enough, I can go on another holiday to Korea if I want to. Although I don't think it's a wise thing, and I don't want to go during the colder months. I want to actually go during the warmer months, like maybe during summer, or maybe if not summer, at least in the middle of the fall. But the thing is this, I think a lot of us really stress ourselves out, and I'm experiencing myself. I was very deep inside this whole thing, this very depressive episode just now in the morning and afternoon. I mean, that's why I actually took so long to actually finish eating my breakfast. I mean, my lunch was also bad. I took at least on the most only 1 hour and everything, and I didn't have so much fiber, everything, which I should have, but it's not something that I think I'm having because of this current state of stress. I mean, it makes you bloat and everything even more. And and I just kind of realized this whole thing. A lot of it is you really need someone to just tell you, that what, you're caught up only in this current situation. You're not looking out of it to realize from a very detached point of view that you are either overthinking it. Either I'm overthinking it, or either if I'm not overthinking it, I'm just trying to look too much the future and predicting situations that might not even happen. I know I still have to talk about this with my friends, those who are counselors, who are I'm going to talk you through with one friend who is a counselor. He wants to ask about me. He said I'll probably meet after the thing because he heard about me about my fear of eating and choking. And that actually during that time when I was in Georgia, I probably lost a few kilograms. Probably more than 5 pounds of weight, and from being sick and being fearful of eating, and it shouldn't be a thing. I mean, I was so happy to eat in Korea and everything, but how could this happen? I just hated food. I feared food, and I told my mom even I mean, I'm not joking, but I told my mom, I might be developing an aversion or fear of food, something like anorexia or bulimia, and then everything is like, she said, oh my goodness, she said something like, if you have anorexia or if you have bulimia, you need to see a doctor because you can't just eat and then halfway through the thing you just spit it out because you don't like it, or because you don't you feel that you're gonna choke, whatever. It's not healthy, and even if it's finally means up by my biting movements and everything. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I mean, Chinese New Year is coming soon, as you all know, down here in at least in East Asia. So and Southeast and Northeast Asia, and a lot of places are going to be closed. Even clinics and everything. So I need to really just start working on this thing and change a lot of my patterns, because I know I've been thinking, there are things that I think I was like dealing with the whole thing. Wow, how did my dreams get broken in the past, and am I going to let that happen again? So I think I can't do this. And then I realized, what, I've been a survivor. I've been trying to move from the victim to the survivor mode. I'm now a survivor, but surviving is not good enough. I think a lot of us know that. Surviving, sometimes when we survive, we can still get triggered by flashbacks, and I realized this myself. That I told a friend, the reason why, the counselor friend, I told him, the reason why I actually got a psychologist to approach a psychologist for psychotherapy is because I told him that I had a very bad nightmare, like a flashback nightmare. It was very violent. I nearly got killed in it, or I don't know how I escaped it. I told him that, and it's something where you don't think about the face of the abuser for years, but all of a sudden after that nightmare, although the abuser didn't appear, and yet when you wake up, you'll be like, oh, I can see the face of the abuser in front, like my mind's eye, and I'm thinking about, I had a lot of fear. I remember that my heart was beating very fast, in a dream, as if I knew that something was chasing after me or someone was trying to kill me or destroy me. So yeah, it's not good. So I mean, I haven't had that recently. I mean, over the last 1 or 2 years, but minus the one episode last year. But even taking that aside, I knew that it was like after the choking incident that I had in October, this aversion towards food and eating solid food, and fears about my future, what's going to happen after when I leave my job, which I planned to anyway because I knew that it wasn't serving me very well. I was quite unhappy, and I kept on getting sick. Even it's funny. It's not that it's a bad job. It's just that it wasn't serving me. And at the school, when I went back, I actually remember that the person, the administrator, he told me, he said, Kevin, I think you're sick. Why don't you take a break? I mean, for the day. I mean, you can always get someone to replace you on the last minute, or you can just cancel the lesson for the day. I just told him I don't have a choice. That's how crazy it is. I say I don't have a choice. Why? I wanted to earn that money, and it's not even like a lot of money. You think about it. It's maybe 1 month is about on the weekends for 2 classes, which is about 4 hours. Altogether, at each month I get about 300 to 400 and something. But money is money. When it comes to that, and I realized I'm still quite hard up myself. Why am I giving myself so much stress? And even my friend who's like, she's now jobless. She quit her job, but she's a single mother. She's living with her daughter is in, I think, secondary school, and her I mean, she's living with her mother because her father passed away. So I mean, they're both divorced. I mean, her parents are divorced and everything. But she just told me that the thing is like her mom's very nice actually to let her stay over everything before she moves to a new flat in somewhere else. So, but you can imagine she's not even as stressed as me. And she said, you need to rest, you need to sleep. Don't go and stress yourself. And then if you feel that you're getting sick, I think you need, because of all this stress, you need to pray. Don't just give in to the fears, because it's gonna mess up your whole system and your health and way you think about things. I kind of realized that, and I said, I'm really just getting into the whole. I'm not spiraling, but it's like I'm kind of like digging myself deeper into some kind of a feeling that I'm not good enough kind of thing. So which is not the case, and I kind of realized this. The external world around us is really affected by the way we see things, and I mean right now I think it sounds a bit tough, because maybe for me I'm looking at the very bad things, like that I don't have enough money to go and study again, and then I don't want to be stuck in the job that I'm doing now. And a few other kind of things like that. But I think people will tell me that I might need to change my mindset and say, I'm still making money, I'm still saving, and there are always means like scholarships, financial aid, whatever. But or I can just do something like a diploma or something like that on top of that. I mean, I'm still thinking, I'm still trying to let that sink into me that it's not the end of the world, but it's very hard because I'm still stuck in the survival mentality. Not just a survival mode. I'm stuck in the survival mentality. I'm not getting to the thriver thing. So yeah, that's basically it for now. Anyway, I need to go home and have my dinner. It's going to be 9 p.m. soon, and this is a screw up. I have late breakfast, long breakfast, more than 2 hours. I have a late lunch, which is okay because I have some protein drink before that, and then I have a late dinner as well, which is, it's not healthy. It's the way my body clock is really messed up by all these things. But how is it going to change? I'm going to change it. Yeah. So anyway, and then you can tell my skin is not very well now. It looks very tired and dry. Although I don't normally have such kind of signs and symptoms of really tired and dry skin. It's making me look older, at 47, but damn it, am I like, I think I really look like I'm normally it's not like that, and so yeah, I need to change something. Something has to go, something has to give. So, and on the whole thing is like, it goes back to something that I mean, when I was talking with a psychologist about the therapist about an experience I had with going with a social counselor, a social worker, to a so-called interactive corner where there are a lot more old people. Yeah, and she said something back to me that actually something. I mean, it's still stuck in my mind because I think she really meant it. She said that she said that sometimes the way we look at things really matter. She said that sometimes the people were very old. Yeah, most of them were actually more than 50 years old, maybe even 60 something years old. And she said, or even older. And she said something like, some of them are not in good health and everything because of the mobility issues. And she said, sometimes Kevin, that some people, like people in the corner, they find that community, in the with people who are like them. But I mean, they are at the stage where they know that they don't have many years left. They are aware of that because of their health, because of their life, and they don't sweat it much because they know that that's the way it goes. But they're able to accept that, and they find community and joy, and that's better than not having anything. And she was trying to tell me that that I shouldn't think like the way I used to think when I was I just left that so-called narcissistic situationship or relationship. She said, you know what? If you just end up being, she told me, if you just end up being antisocial like you are right now, you don't share your problems, you just keep to yourself, then basically you're fulfilling what the ex-narcissists or all these people in your life are telling you, that you'll never be happy or whatever. And it's not, you're fulfilling the prophecy that they made of you. You don't want that, am I right? So, yeah. Anyway, I think that's it for now. So just don't make someone's ideas of their thoughts true by don't internalize it. Okay, like just like what JT said, that YouTuber said, this too shall pass. So next week is Chinese New Year week. I don't know how it's going to be because we haven't really celebrated it much because my granny's passing, and I'm still had that kind of thing. That today I was watching a few videos about narcissistic abuse and everything, and while in the middle of watching it, I was my tears came. I was asking how can I go through this, but that sometimes you can't. The past is really just over. It's really over when it's over. We can't be living in the past anyway. So, I mean, I must admit, I told people, like including friends that I haven't really been talking as much with, just now about, that a few years ago I was really suicidal. I can't even face that, the fact that I wanted just to let my life go and give up on life back in 2018. How it told me is that but everyone said from $20 and less to thousands. How do you do that? No one could have done that. You must take a lot of strength to do that, and I don't know how I'm going to actually do this, but I'm still going through these kind of struggles, but I'll be okay. That's what I tell myself. I'll be okay. One thing I need to do, I also need to get my hair cut because my hair is getting bad. But all this is before the new year, so I can't be wallowing. I don't have time to wallow. So anyway, I'll get back again, and tomorrow I still have to work. So Sunday as well. Can you believe it? So no time to really wallow. I can't wallow. Just what happens. When I was after the narcissistic discovered, when I left everything, when I was left with nothing. The next thing I had to do was just one weekend for me to get over it, and then that next week I started working. I don't know how I had to live through that, but at least now I know I'm not decimated financially. How I'm gonna get to my dreams, I don't know. My dream, I really have my dreams, and they're still there, and I don't know, some of the dreams that I have, I still have them, but how am I going to actually realize them? I don't know. Because it's like there's always the fear of time running out, and you know that when the psychologist talk about it, like she says that about people who realize that only the older people. She was trying to put me in perspective, saying that you still have a lot of years ahead of you, because people are living longer and longer, and people don't just die at 40 something. They at least they have years until maybe 60 something or 50 something, or even for most people I think 70 something and 80 something. And yeah, the longer the healthier you are, the longer you live. So she was just saying that you got to just remember that you have a lot of life ahead of you, so you can't just be giving out on life. So yeah, I just don't know how I'm going to actually go through this, but yeah, I just need a I just pray and do something. Okay, anyway, I'm off. I'll talk again later. Okay, so I haven't been active on my Facebook and other social media. I'm just using YouTube for now. And yeah, so okay. But go on, everyone. Anyway, just yeah, don't wallow. Okay, life has something. It's still calling us to live it. Okay, bye bye.